people whose JetBlue and the two women I showed you, they have very clean, very nice profiles, and their account looks good. And in doing that, they can, in the case of the smaller people, look like this big established company. They don't look any different or any better than JetBlue. And that's to their advantage for what they want to do. And that was to the advantage of Gabrielle last week also. So this is everybody's favorite example about how you do customer service. So you get a guy, a middle manager, who comes out, and he basically says, you know, we care. Let us help you. And he has really turned around a lot of negative feedback, and then they can answer questions that come up a lot or that they want to. But the thing that I like about Comcast and some of the utilities I've been looking at is that they let the negative comments stay up, and I can't tell you how important it is. It just freaks people out. But by leaving it up, it shows that you are hearing, you are attentive. The other side of the coin is nobody gets away without any negative feedback. So if you have one of those sites that's been jiggered, and there are sites like that, to get no negative comments, what are you going to think about the site? You're going to think it's just another advertising vehicle. It's not going to do what it needs to do. So, you know, this is JetBlue again, and they're using this. What I liked about this was the tagline. This is what they want to tell people. They've got their, you know, they've got their branding on it, and they remind you, again, that they don't take customer calls, but they actually do. And they wouldn't be as successful as they are if they didn't treat it honestly. In other words, deal with the negative as well as positive. That's a very high readership number. So identify a problem when it's coming up. There was a time when Toyota had nothing but problems, right? And what they could do then is identify the kinds of problems that were coming in, and when they wised up, they could actually begin to respond to them. It's a very cost-effective way to be able to address a lot of people with lots of concerns. It's a very effective way. So you can use it to educate and advocate, and this is the case of EPA, one of the US governmental agencies, how they use it to support a program that they want people to do, to let people know about their work for hurricane relief, and to tell you what they're doing in a certain area to respond. So again, 140 characters, it doesn't take very long to write them, and they're really good. So what you want to do is you want to create an account, and like I said, you want to follow some people that you might be interested in. I'm going to show you in a minute how you do the search for that. But it used to be that you needed to go to a company like Bitly or another shortener to take a long URL and squish it down so it gives you the least amount of characters on Twitter. But now you can use something like TweetDeck to do it. And TweetDeck is certainly my favorite tool as well. And what you do is you go in, you put in this case, Facebook and our class Facebook page, and you get it to go down to a less number of characters. So you can use Twitter search, which we'll look at, or TweetDeck, and many, many other programs to identify people to follow. And then by following them, you will find that some of them will follow you. And if you're tweeting because of your profession or your career, that's probably a good thing. Okay, so this is how to find people to follow, and this is using the search function. The search function on Twitter is not all that good, but the advanced function is a little bit better. And you can put in words, and you can put in names, and in this case, I simply wrote down social media marketing and social media strategy. So if I'm starting off in business, I want to promote my social media consulting firm. I'm going to look up to see who's doing it. All right, so that's the first thing I do. And then what came up on Twitter search were all these people that were doing tweets, right? All these people in the social media space. Now, how do I know if they're alpha tweeters or not? Well, I don't. And what I have to do, and what Gabrielle did, is go through every single one of those names until I begin to get a feel. Now, if you're in an area, you may already know some of the key people in the area, or you can go to an association. Literally, Gabrielle had an intern sit there and go over each one to find all of the alpha tweeters, so that they could reach out to them, engage with them, follow them, and in turn be followed by them.